If you don't know, you're about to know right now. You're about to learn. Education. You feel me, them? Let's go. I'm Quindell Evans, bluepoettree.com, 3 words. The word blue, the word poet, the word tree.com. That's the word blue, the word poet, the word tree.com. You feel me? The B's is for the blue. Bluepoettree.com. Alright? Blue Poetry on the Grand Blue Poetry Podcast. You already know what it is. Today, I want to talk to you about how writing can help you get through a breakup, get over a breakup, heal from a breakup. Recently, I went through a breakup. It was a long breakup where it was like a long period of trying to make things work, trying to force it, I guess. And then it just blew up, you feel me? It just like ended, in a way that you don't really want things to end. And writing has helped me get over the breakup in a lot of ways, and I'm gonna share what you have. One thing I want to say is, of course, a breakup can be really hard. You feel me? It can hurt. One person most likely gonna be hurt more than the other, because it'll, whatever. It's probably something that happened, like something that one person did that caused the other to rethink the relationship. So one person gonna be hurt more than the other. If you're that person who's hurt more than the other, writing can really help you manage how you feel emotionally, you feel me? Manage your emotions, because you naturally would want to kind of be angry, mad, upset, and tell the person who hurt you how you feel, and you'll probably say things you don't mean at the moment, like you hate them or you don't ever want to see them again, and and all different types of stuff can happen. And what writing does is it allows you to get these thoughts out, to yourself. Abraham Lincoln used to write letters to people, criticizing them, judging them, and never send them to people. But it was just so that he could clear his thoughts, so he can be more grounded emotionally. Mark Twain used to do the same thing. He would write hateful letters to anybody who criticized his writing and stuff like that, and he would send them to people. But he had a wife who looked out and would, he would give her the mail and tell her to mail it. She just wouldn't mail it, or he would put it in a mailbox on his own, and she would take it out. She would look out because she knew that it was no point of going through with it. You already got your energy out. You don't need to send it to them. You feel me? You don't need to allow them to receive this negative energy. So when we're going through a breakup, you could have a lot of negative energy you ready to release. A lot of pain. And writing could help you get that out, so you don't even need to be complaining and criticizing and blaming the person who hurt you for how you feel. In a breakup, you're gonna feel hurt, and you naturally kind of want to blame somebody. You want to blame the person who you were just with for making you feel that way. But in all actuality, it's not their fault. You're the one who's feeling that way, And I had to realize this. This is me speaking from experience. I'm feeling this way because of me, because of what I went through with this person. It's not their fault. You feel me? So I wrote letters so that I don't, have to take it out in negative ways. Writing can really help you get it out. Another way writing can help is it can help you come to the person more balanced, more aligned, more ready for the person to receive your message, Maybe even read it. Maybe even writing something with yourself and then reading it, because a lot of times you're probably gonna share this. If you was to never write and then was to just go to the person and tell them how hurt you are and all of this stuff, you never want to see them and all the, you should never done this to me and why did you have to do this, that could go on for weeks, and people could literally be just hurt and then talk, hurt for weeks or months, even years, who knows. But when you're writing it to yourself, with yourself, the person isn't there to respond. The person isn't there to trigger you to respond in negative ways. Because you could say something like, yo, I don't want to see you again. And the person can say, I don't want to see you again either. So why you calling me, like, bye? And then now you're like hurt more. But if you write, I don't want to see you again, and then read it, you'll realize, like, okay, actually do want to see them again, or I don't, but they're not here to make it worse, to make this feeling of not wanting to see them again, make it more impactful, make it mean more than what it is. I just want to get it out. I just want to share how I feel. So a lot of times, you sharing how you feel about someone to yourself first helps you come to them more correct, come correct when you approach the person. You feel me? So, it can allow you to, maybe writing it down and then be like, I just want to read you something, and then just read it and leave it at that, because all of the things that you wrote, you were probably going to say anyway, but just you read it more relaxed, more calm, and it's not an argumentative tone. Because breakups, after a breakup, could be more arguments, more, I don't know, hate voicemails, whatever. You could just start complaining to your friends and everybody like get over it. So writing can help you do that too, so that you don't have to annoy your friends. You feel me? Maybe you don't read it to the person. Maybe you read it to your friends, and they give you feedback. And the same thing, reading it to your friends, you'll read it with less of that emotional surge that you would have said those same things if you were just saying it. Saying, I don't want to see her, or I don't want to see him anymore. You'll say it probably with so much passion, so much energy that can kind of push people away. Like, bro, you alright? Like, oh, you should, like, you alright. But if you just read it, it allow people to just understand how balanced you are. So, writing, journaling is one of the things that I've started doing consistently this year. Last year I started reading consistently. So this year I started writing consistently. Reading consistently helped me, with memory, helped me with attention span, focus, helps me just retain information. Helps me retain information much more effectively. I'm about to get one of these apples off this tree. They're very high though. Can I pull it down? But I started reading last year more consistently, and this year I started writing more efficiently, more consistently, and I want to do both. Okay. Here we go. Apple off the tree. Pretty sour. But writing allowed me to reflect on myself, my emotions, how I'm feeling. If I want to write about last night, I write about this is how I felt last night. If I want to write about what I want to do today, I write what I want to do today. So when it comes to a breakup, writing, this is how writing, for me personally, I was, like hurt, by the situation. So what I did was I just started writing everything I appreciate about her, about the relationship. What am I grateful for? All the experiences I enjoyed. In order to balance myself out, in order to help myself remain optimistic, positive, and less angry at her, less mad at her, stuff like that. And I'll do that first thing in the AM. You feel me? So writing it first thing in the AM, because if you beat the morning, you beat the day, and you don't want negative thoughts to be You don't want negative thoughts to be on your mind all day. So I'll wake up and immediately write positive things about this person who I absolutely am not feeling. You feel me? Like in the moment, I'm not like, I don't want to, I don't want to feel good about you right now because we broke up. Like we just broke up. So I don't want to feel good. And I want to feel good, but I don't want to feel good about you. You feel me? Like in the moment. But then I realize if I want to feel good, period, then I kind of have to feel good about the people that I know in my life, you know? Kinda. But just started writing positive things about this person. Started writing positive things about the relationship so that I can reverse the negative things that just happened and the negative things that we have caused each other to feel. So that's what writing can do. Writing can help out in so many ways, you know? When it comes to a breakup, we could complain all day, we could be angry, we could do all different types of arguments, we could literally hate the person we was just so-called loving. And I wrote to reverse that. When it comes to, you might be the person who feel like you were the one who got hurt the most and you were the one who got the short end of the stick. But what about if you're the person who so-called did the hurting, you know? How do you use writing to help you get over the breakup? You know? Maybe I will write, I forgive myself, you know? I'll write, I forgive myself over and over for hurting someone, you know, and I forgive them for being hurt. And, like I would write messages to them too and maybe not read it. The same tactics, the same techniques, writing, because you could kind of feel guilty. You kind of feel guilty. Like, how could I do this? How could I hurt this person? How could I let them down? How could I forget all the stuff we planned? How could I move on knowing that, like both sides of the spectrum could feel the same way. Like, how could I move on knowing that I just came out of this relationship, If I'm the one hurt, you could feel like not worthy anymore. Like, am I even worthy of a good relationship? So writing can help. You know me, I'm an affirmation kind of guy. I like writing affirmations. So I'll write, this is really sour. I'll write, stuff like I am worthy. I am worthy to be in a healthy relationship. I'll write that over and over, and I'll recite that over and over, and I'll write affirmations along the line of that. I'm worthy of being in a healthy relationship. I'm worthy of loving someone and being loved. I am worthy, I'm forgiving myself for being hurt. I'm forgiving myself for hurting someone else. I'm forgiving myself for enduring this. Like, I am strong for enduring this relationship. I have learned from this relationship. Write down all the things you appreciate from the relationship. It could work from both sides. Because no one wants to be hurt. No one wants to suffer and have to spend time dwelling, regretting, or just no one wants to be hurt, especially by someone, and people remember these things. We remember breakups for the rest of our lives. You feel me? Like, we remember that person that hurt us. We remember the person that broke up with us, or we remember the person who we had to break up with because they hurt us. So like, breakups are important, and how we heal from them is important. And writing can be one of those tools that helps us heal from a lot of things. And the breakup is something that is common. Like, it's going on. Somebody's breaking up today. And writing can help. It helped me. Because me, I have goals, dreams, ideas. I have a vision. I have things I want to do in life. But at the same time, I'm still Quindell from the hood, Brownsville. And in the past, there were women who I've been with, and they've done some things that hurt me, and I got vengeance. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm gonna do something. Like, maybe not like physically harm. I never physically harmed a woman on some domestic violence, some crazy vibe like that. But I mean, like, you feel me? Like, I'll call you and just curse you out, or write on your Facebook wall or Instagram, like, I don't know, or just block you or something like that. Like, something just simple, like, block your phone number, block you on Instagram, block you on Facebook. This is me just taking vengeance. Like, I need to take it out. Like, I need to do something to you. Like, oh, I have the password to your email. Like, literally, I've done this. Like, oh, you left your login to your Instagram on my phone? Now I'm going to delete all your pictures. Like, I've done that. Like, something like that. Like, just do something negative, and to think that it makes me feel better, and it didn't. It didn't. It felt better for 5 seconds, and I'm immediately going back to being hurt. So long-term healing, like, this really helped. Like, literally, it really helped me to write. It really helped me to write about what happened, about what I care about, and just good things, positive, optimistic things. It really helped. It really helped. In the past, it may have taken months, years. Like, literally, I'll call a girl anytime I think about it, and right now, if I just thought about it, I'll just text her something harmful, like, like something to hurt her, just to remind her that she hurt me. But this time I decided to, in the same thing, when I have these, literally, when I have the thoughts of how hurt I am, in the moment, I'll text my ex something positive. You feel me? And then I reiterate towards the end of the message that, like, we're not getting back together. And I know we're not getting back together. I'm only doing this, just to remain positive and optimistic. Simple, you feel me? Just to give you some good energy, just to give myself some. Because good energy is never supposed to be, held back. Like, we should always be sharing that. Never supposed to hold back the good energy when you feel it. So if I could have a breakup and still feel good after, then why not? Why not do that? Of course it hurts. That's why I write, positive things that I enjoyed from the relationships, things that I enjoyed about her, things that I appreciate about her, just period, And anybody could do this. Of course it's hard. Of course you want to just, I don't care. Of course you just want to hate. Of course you just want to, express that negative, that hurt, that pain. Of course. I'm not going to act like I don't. But I have in the past, and it ain't helped, is all I'm trying to say. It ain't helped. It ain't helped doing negative things. It ain't help doing harmful things. It ain't help hacking into your Facebook or whatever. Like, it didn't help. But writing really helped. It really helped me come correct. You feel me? Of course, I might still feel like I don't want to see you again or something like that. But if I write it, and then I read what I wrote, and I think about it and stuff like that, then I'm like, okay, I'm realizing if I'm just being overly emotional or actually logical. I'm realizing if I'm being overly emotional or if I'm being balanced with my emotions. If what I'm realizing if I'm out of line with what I'm saying, or if what I'm saying is acceptable and should be said, or if it makes sense, and and it, like, if it's okay. So, right, you feel me? I know I ain't the only one who experienced a breakup recently. And I know I ain't the only one who healed from it in a positive way. And I know I'm the only one who have negative experience with healing from a relationship. And of course, there's so many other ways. I'm not saying like writing is the way, but it is an effective way that worked for me. And I just wanted to share it with you. I wanted to share how it worked for me and my experience with it, and hopefully someone can receive this and use writing to help them. Maybe not through a breakup, maybe through a loss of someone, period, Maybe through loss of a job. I don't know, like whatever it is. Or anything, there's gonna be things in our lives that negatively affect us, that hurt us, that cause pain, that makes us feel a little less important than we want to feel. You feel me? That's what a breakup does for sure. A breakup makes us feel less important. And that is the whole point of life, is to feel important. Like the whole point. You feel me? The whole point of life is to feel important. No matter what you're doing. If you got a car, you go to a gas station, you want to feel important at this gas. You don't want to go to the cheap gas station. You want to go to good gas station. You want the good gas for your good car. And all of these things make you feel important. The people in your life make you feel important. Your job make you feel important. Having a certain amount of money makes you feel important. Being fed makes you feel important. Doing all of these things makes us feel important. Makes us feel purposeful. Makes us feel like we have a reason to be here. You feel me? That's what I mean by important. So like, you lose someone who gave you so much of that feeling of importance, so much of that feeling of being relevant. You feel, like you can lose that feeling. Like, I don't feel relevant anymore. I don't feel important anymore. You lose that person that makes you feel all these feelings. You kind of lose the feelings along with the person. So, in order to keep those feelings, in order to remain feeling important, you got to do that healing work, that self-reflection. Socrates, Plato, Einstein, somebody said a life unexamined is not worth living. A relationship unexamined is not worth being a part of. It's not worth pursuing a relationship that you don't examine. So writing allows you to examine the relationship, because a lot of times you don't know if you're going to get back with them or not. In the moment, you might feel like it's over for good.